Browns turn everyone against Shedeur Sanders as Kevin Stefanski picks his QB. Insiders reveal NFL plotline unfolding. The drama behind the draft. Shedeur Sanders' slide and silent snub. By the time Day 3 of the 2025 NFL Draft rolled around, one name stood out for all the wrong reasons: Shedeur Sanders. The son of Hall of Famer and Colorado head coach Deion Sanders, Shedeur was expected to come off the board much earlier than he did. His fall to the 5th round shocked many and puzzled even more. Sure, Shedeur possessed an NFL-caliber arm. Scouts raved about his ability to make throws on the run, his knack for off-platform passes, and a calm composure under pressure. But for every scout impressed, there was another waving a red flag. Holds the ball too long, lacks pocket awareness, and was coddled by a stat-inflating college offense that didn't prepare him for NFL speed. Behind the scenes, some NFL insiders whispered that the Sanders camp had overestimated Shedeur's draft stock. The glitz and glamour of Coach Prime's world didn't carry the same weight inside NFL war rooms. So when the Cleveland Browns drafted him in round 5, it didn't feel like a steal. It felt strategic, a value pick, not a franchise bet. Browns GM Andrew Berry said it plainly. "We didn't necessarily plan to take 2 quarterbacks, but we always believe in best player available and positional value." Translation: we didn't plan to take Shedeur, but hey, he was there. Why not? Not the franchise face. Stefanski's subtle message. Enter head coach Kevin Stefanski, a man known for his calm demeanor, controlled messaging, and behind-the-scenes decision-making. After the draft, he doubled down on the narrative that Shedeur Sanders was just another rookie, a developmental prospect. Nick Wilson of 92.3 The Fan summed it up on air. "They've convinced people this is true, that Shedeur's just another 5th-rounder. I'm not sure they're being honest with themselves." The Browns opened OTAs and rookie minicamp with equal reps for all QBs: Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dillon Gabriel, and Shedeur. But something didn't sit right with observers. Despite Shedeur turning heads in drills, he wasn't seen getting any first-team snaps during media open practices. Rumors began to circulate. Was Stefanski hiding something? Later, he admitted Shedeur had taken first-team reps behind closed doors. But by then, social media had already decided Shedeur was being sidelined. Nick Collins. Leave the door open for Shedeur. Former NFL safety Nick Collins wasn't buying the narrative. On a recent podcast, he blasted the Browns for treating Shedeur like a disposable rookie. "You gotta leave the door open for Shedeur," he said. "Dillon Gabriel? I don't believe he's an NFL starter. You throw him in too early, and it'll show quick." If the Browns treat Shedeur like a 5th-round flyer, that's either on him for not performing or on the Browns for not giving him a chance. Either way, it's not okay. And here's the twist: Shedeur did perform. Practice numbers don't lie, but the perception might. During early team practices, Shedeur Sanders quietly completed 41 of 53 passes, 77.4%, racking up 9 touchdowns and just 1 interception. Coaches saw it. Teammates noticed it. Yet media buzz continued to focus on Flacco's leadership and Gabriel's record-setting college experience. Why? Because perception in the NFL can often overpower production, especially when politics, pecking order, and pedigree collide. QB room showdown. Flacco, Pickett, Gabriel, and Sanders. The Browns' quarterback room is stacked, on paper at least. Flacco is the seasoned vet with a Super Bowl ring and recent playoff success in Cleveland. Kenny Pickett is a former starter trying to resurrect his career. Dillon Gabriel is the college warrior with more starts than anyone in NCAA history. And Shedeur? He's the wild card. In a recent CBS Sports QB panel, analysts Tommy Tran, Danny Cannell, and Mike Renner dissected Cleveland's QB future. Not one of them picked Shedeur as the Week 1 starter. Cannell went with Flacco. "You need a steady hand, a calming presence. Joe's the guy." Renner took it further, predicting Dillon Gabriel would win the job. "He's the most experienced quarterback to ever enter the NFL. He may not be flashy, but he's game-ready." Shedeur's name? Barely a footnote. The curse of the surname. How being a Sanders may hurt more than help. Ironically, Shedeur Sanders' greatest asset, his last name, might be his biggest obstacle. NFL teams and front offices may be weary of the media circus that follows Coach Prime. Having Shedeur on your roster means dealing with the Dion effect. Headlines, camera crews, and expectations that go beyond XS and OS. That spotlight can cast a long shadow, especially for a rookie trying to prove he belongs on his own terms. Dion's silence speaks volumes. Interestingly, Deion Sanders has remained largely quiet about the way Cleveland has handled his son. No viral rants, no public complaints, just a few cryptic Instagram posts and a silent confidence in Shedeur's journey. But insiders believe the silence masks frustration. After all, Deion has championed Shedeur as a first-round talent, a face of the franchise type of QB. Watching him get buried in depth charts and ignored in national discussions must sting. What comes next? Training camp and the tipping point. As training camp looms, all eyes will be on Shedeur. The reps, the body language, the media soundbites, they'll all be parsed and posted. Does he outperform Flacco in live reps? Can he beat Gabriel and Pickett in QB IQ and execution? Or does he get boxed into the develop him later category, collecting clips and learning on the sidelines while others get the real shot? Either way, the tipping point is coming, and it might decide Shedeur Sanders' NFL future. Will the Browns regret this? If Shedeur ends up shining elsewhere, say on another team that truly gives him the keys, the Browns might one day regret their conservative approach. Because statistically and instinctively, he has all the tools. What he needs is opportunity, consistency, and belief, not vague praise in pressers or secret reps behind curtains. As Nick Collins put it, you treat him like a flyer, you'll miss the flight. Final thought. A battle bigger than football. Shedeur Sanders' journey isn't just about football. It's about narrative, family legacy, and fighting perception. In a league where fifth-round picks often fade away, he's trying to break the mold, silence the critics, and prove he's more than a famous last name. But the clock is ticking, and Cleveland isn't exactly waiting. The Browns' coaching staff may think they're just sticking to protocol, evaluating every quarterback equally. But when the optics say otherwise, it's easy to see why fans and analysts believe the team has already made its mind up. Now, it's up to Shedeur Sanders to change it, or find a team that sees what his father always has. The NFL world is watching. The countdown has begun. Belief, not vague praise in pressers or secret reps behind curtains. As Nick Collins put it, you treat him like a flyer, you'll miss the flight. Final thought. A battle bigger than football. Shedeur Sanders' journey isn't just about football. It's about narrative, family legacy, and fighting perception. In a league where fifth-round picks often fade away, he's trying to break the mold, silence the critics, and prove he's more than a famous last name. But the clock is ticking, and Cleveland isn't exactly waiting. The Browns' coaching staff may think they're just sticking to protocol, evaluating every quarterback equally. But when the optics say otherwise, it's easy to see why fans and analysts believe the team has already made its mind up. Now, it's up to Shedeur Sanders to change it, or find a team that sees what his father always has. The NFL world is watching. The countdown has begun.